Tonight from Football Park in Adelaide, it's going to be a very exciting affair, I'm sure. Can Victoria win it, Lou?
I think they can, and I think it's a pretty good Victorian side. They've got a very...
The Tigers over the line. There's the kick. Roach is there. Could have been a mark. Logan, side bottom. Laurie's there in front. Kevin Ablett. Richmond's best.
He's done everything right, Clark, hasn't he? Except that wasn't very good. Here's Wall. Then he puts play into the centre of the field now. Well, you can read that, couldn't you? He punts that ball away quickly. Fitzroy a chance to attack through Conlon. He's got to get round a couple. He scooted it back too far. That's a behind. The difference 9 points Richmond's way.
I suppose it's easy to say, Jeff, to steady, but when the pressure's well and truly on you and you're anxious to do the best you can for your side, well, you tend to be a little off balance. Stewart to the defensive side of the ground. It's a high kick. Grimley's out there. Nice mark by Jeff Ablett. He immediately plays on. Kicks towards the centre of the ground. Line ball there. Chance now for Palm as Hinchin slips over. Palm's got plenty of territory to move. Has a long shot for goal, but he's offline, and the difference now is 10 points.
As you were saying before, Clark, each time Fitzroy draw near to Richmond, they seem to get another spurt on and clear away from them. But that's interesting now, the 10 points. 2 kicks and Fitzroy can lead. Out from goal. Rouge with a beautiful mark. Beautiful mark against another good contender today in Michael Roach. Not a good kick from Rouge, I think it was deflected. Out to Laurie. Kevin Ablett, and Logan slips into the view at this stage. He's got plenty of pace, 30 metres from goal. An angle shot, it's a good one, but just misses. Drops short. Mark by Rendell, and it's kicked through. Jammed through by Gary Wilson. What quick thinking from Wilson, who's had a very ordinary day, but he's managed to kick 2 goals right on the goal line. Wow, so they're right back in it. Just 4 points behind now. They've got to run on, the Lions, after trailing Richmond all day. They did get within 6 points in the second term.
4-point lead now to the Tigers. Lee gets the tap down. Waitman spins beautifully out of the pack. Awkward kick to half forward. Chance there for Pekin to grab it. He does. Oh, he's grabbed. Nice tackle by Roach. Hinchin pushes the ball wide for Ruse. But his kick rebounds off Egan, and the ball over the boundary line for a throw. Left half forward flank for the Tigers. Richmond leading by 4 points. They seem to be able to get the steadying goal when needed. Let's see if they can do it now. Coleman fists the ball. Conlon. Wall. Oh, cleverly done, Matthew Wall. Conlon late. To half forward, Jess. And Reeves. Roos can back up. He does. Will he kick it off the ground? No, he's got plenty of support. Reeves is there. Goes for a bounce. Comes out of defence. Now he's got nobody to give it to or kick it to. He's got to go for a run. Kicks it long. Laurie's dropping down. He can't take the mark. Osborne is there. Laurie across to Osborne. Rioli tried to slip in. Osborne breaks clear. High kick up to the half-forward line. Plenty of leapers. Lily Quinlan can't get it. Strawn is the steadying influence. Kicks wide. Eludes Laurie. Defence now turns into attack. It's Jeff Ablett for the Tigers. Kicks out into the open. Anir races for the ball. But you can see Anir looking down at Jeff Ablett saying that I was out there by myself. Why didn't you kick it to me? And there's the boundary line. The ball the boundary line too close.
7 minutes into the final term. 4 points. Richmond in front. Waitman gets a shove in the back. Scoops it out the back to Rioli. But what's a little bit of good football sense here? Oh no, Harris stole it from Rioli and tries to ram past Jeff Ablett. Oh, Grant Lurie's really slow. Didn't know what was happening, and the momentum's gone out of the game. Maybe this is what Richmond need at this stage, a bounce here, and to recharge their batteries and get another flow on.
Comes down to ground. Hinchin. Rebound. Laurie can't get rid of the ball. It's like a rugby pack at the moment. As players are just throwing themselves into the pack. Grimley is the Fitzroy player there, throwing his weight around as the umpire is Shane Carbines. Bounce again. Roach goes up high. He's brought down. He's trying to do it all by himself, and I'd say there are probably 36 very tired players out there. Grimley and Francis also having a little to do. Roach comes out with the ball, spins it on the fingertips, and then gives it back to the umpire.
Roach the ruckman. The rover. Man to kick the ball to Jim Jess. Green playing on Jess now. Doing well. Coleman's been a strong player for them. Grabbed by Clayton, another good play for the Lions. They're into attack. They've got it across the centre line. Laurie to Turner. Turner 50 metres out. Swerves around the tackle, lines up and drives for goal. Behind. Oh, 3 points in it now. Richmond by 3 points. I feel that the Lions have got a run on. They've got a sense of victory now after winning the last 3 games in a row. They've got that winning feeling back.
And Strawn not getting any leads. The difference only 3 points. Strawn to the defensive side of the ground. Plenty of Richmond players there. Will they spoil each other? They do. Side bottom though, too slow. Runs into Kevin Ablett. Osborne out to Rendell. Rendell the kick goalwards. Quinlan, a little bit of pushing and shoving, but the free kick is against Quinlan. Strawn was in front of Quinlan on that occasion. Quinlan, eager to get the ball, interfered with Greg Strawn. Dropping in short is Jeff Ablett. Strawn will ignore him, and so he should. He comes around the member side wing. Walsh has the run at the ball. Oh! How did Conlon get that one? Now the difference is only 3 points. He drops in short. Nelly the mark to Turner. He couldn't pick it up, but he's got the recovery. Gets it towards Rendell. No, that was Quinlan, and the ball is forced through from behind. So the difference now 2 points.
2 points, it's incredible. The worst kick that Strawn's put in all day was the one that gave Fitzroy possession then. He won't put in a short one again. Really holding up in the wind, but straight out from goal. Man to mark up on his Landy. Had his name written all over it. And what a time to take a strong mark. It's centre half back, going straight down to centre half forward to Jess. Jess is not in it today. That's Waitman with a half-hearted duck. Rioli a chance. Looping the handball quickly across to Egan. Egan on the left foot. It's bending backwards. Man in front is March. That's Perk. What a saver. That's very timely. 10 minutes gone and Fitzroy down by 2 points after being 14 points down at the start of the quarter. Perch kicked to Loken. Loken had it, dropped it. Grimley's there. Running through is Turner. Shrugs a tackle. Dead in front. Oh, he didn't kick it hard enough. He didn't kick it hard enough. And Strawn launched himself at it. But wasn't it? Was Jep and stopped the certain goal. Well, that's going to wrap it up.
No, he's got to go back and come out and kick over the mark. No, what's going on? Sorry, it's Matthew Wall with the free kick. Out of defence. Lee and Coleman. Rioli can't get it. Grimley tries to run through, can't pick it up. Good play by Lee to get it out to Palm. Hand pass on to Jeff Ablett. Ablett now into the centre square. The leading tail out. Pert is there. Good spoil, a little too high. Pert has it now, twisting and turning. Now Roux should run past him for the hand pass because he's in a bit of trouble, but Pert gets out nicely, gives it across to Laurie. Laurie, the long kick to half forward. Wilson's there. Jep slipped over, but he had plenty of time to get back up and fist the ball away and force that pack at half forward for the Lions. 1 point the difference. Richmond's way at the 12.5-minute mark of this final term.
Oh, what a match. And the two teams, of course, Fitzroy had the run on. It's in their half-forward line, and Mark Lee knows it, tries to get a long knock away. Quinlan's out from full forward on the half-forward line. Boots it back into the pocket, but it's out on the full, and Richmond will take the kick in. Plenty of time at the 12-minute mark, final term. It's only 1 point in it. Tigers in front.
And Kevin Ablett with the free kick. 26,772 people. 16th kick for Kevin Ablett. Wide of the centre. Coleman was up there. Stewart was there. Grimley tries to break clear. Gets the hand pass to Wilson. Wilson wide for Clayton. Clayton's got a fit of the fumbles, but well shepherded by side bottom. The kick up onto the half-forward line. There's Kevin Ablett again. He's been superb. Steers the ball out to the other side. Oh, where his brother Jeff took his eyes off the football. Will allow Coleman in. His kick up into the half-forward line, and the mark has been taken by Jep. Would have been a free kick anyhow against Conlon for a push in the back.
Well, this will show the Tigers, or they'll be able to show their fans what they're made of to get out of this predicament. Lee couldn't get in for that one. Palm. Waitman fumble. from the centre. Puts it a long kick. The distance is on, but not the accuracy. And that's a behind, and the Tigers hang in there by 2 points.
Hurts kicks the ball to himself. He's done a sterling job at fullback. Gets the lead from Laurie over his head. Chance now for Palm again. He's twisting and turning. He's been on the interchange, but he's done well since he's come on. Anir runs into Hinchin. He was grabbed, and the free kick will go Fitzroy's way. A nice tackle there by Hinchin, but he's cramped. I think he's got the cramp in the right leg. And Wilson very quick to come in and say, well, I'll take the ball. He stole that one. Wilson, though, there's Kevin Ablett. Conlon was there, the ball out in the open, Landy and Harris. Landy loses the run the ball, Harris taps it wide for Conlon. Conlon's got a fit of the fumbles, Wall is there too to put the pressure on him. Chaz now for Grimley, he fends off one tackle, then the other, comes round off the left boot, it's going to drop short, Conlon's there, can't mark. He could have left it there for side bottom, he had to go for the ball. Landy tries to break clear, but Cooley gets it out to Strachan, who kicks wide and finds Jeff Ablett, and Jeff Ablett goes for a run. Now Coleman's got to come at him, leaves Lee by himself. Now coming at him is Reeves. Reeves had to leave his opponent in Jess. Reeves has it now, kicks towards centre where Wilson will wait for it. Wilson across to Coleman. Coleman can run towards the centre, give the hand pass to Clayton. Clayton can run up onto the edge of the centre square, kicks across where he looks for Laurie, but the mark has been taken by Landy.
What a big occasion player Graham Landy has been in his years with the Tigers. 7th kick. Spent the first half on the interchange bench. Jim Jest shuffling back to allow his opponent Reeves to slip in and take that one. To Hinchin. To Rendell. Knocked away from him. Loker. Strawn very cool. Comes out the back door with the ball. He'll kick it right across the centre. He does. Jimmy Jess need to take a big one now. He didn't. Coleman took it. Gives it to Pekin. Pekin's to 2 of his teammates. Sidebottom and Laurie. Sidebottom's got it. Sticky fingers. Now he could just about kick it from here if he goes back to one of those monstrous punt kicks. He goes for the short one to Laurie. Shuffling backwards, but Bernie Quinlan. He must have had a few extra puffs of oxygen there. Maybe Strawn's run out of gas. But Quinlan has it. And the Lions are down by 2 points. Quinlan's kicked 3. Thread of the eye of the needle. In front, halfway through the final quarter. They lead by 4 points, and they really deserved victory because they've been the team playing from behind all afternoon. Richmond seemed to have the answers for them. When they drew close to Richmond, the Tigers kicked away again, and now it's the Lions' turn. They've won the last 3 games.
Centre bounce. Fitzroy in front for the first time in this match by 4 points at the 16.5-minute mark of this final term. Wilson swoops on the ball. Fitzroy full of running. Kicks long, looking for Osborne. Whistle on play as Egan put down a Fitzroy player. That was Grimley. And the free kick has gone to Osborne on the outer side wing. He plays on. Big Coleman, who's playing a great match, takes the hand pass. Laurie is all by himself and will mark. Laurie at half forward. Richmond starting to tire a little bit. Fitzroy with their confidence up. And this is Laurie's 7th kick. He has kicked 2 goals. That's his 6th mark. Grant Laurie will drive this ball right into the teeth of the Fitzroy goal as he comes in now. The drop kick on its way. It's a beautiful kick. He's put it right through with metres to spare. And that's Laurie's 3rd goal. And Fitzroy now lead by 10 points, just a tick over 18 minutes into this final term.
Well, due credit to Laurie Clark, because I believe that he's one of the players, a true champion, who's been responsible for the revival in this final term. He's been directing traffic, he's run to the right positions, he's handball, he's encouraged, and that 3rd goal was a beauty. Neil Peart off on crutches. The Tigers lost a good player there. It's up to Lee. He's become very quiet in this final term. Jess has been quiet all day. He had 1 kick and it was a goal. Oh, caught by was Turner. The Tigers in a fight back now to Wash. Drops it over the top. A short one. Oh, to Anir. Right on the boundary line. An impossible shot. It is. It's out on the full. It'll be a free kick to the Lions.
Sureness and the system has gone out of Richmond's forward thrusts now as they get tired. But it's all the Lions, that free kick. Coleman and Lee having a wrestle. Oh, nicely read by Jimmy Jess. Cool as you like, but kicks up forward, not a very good kick. Coming through is Ruse. Good player. Picks up. Out of defence, Waitman misses the mark. Players are getting tired. Rioli. Poor first half. Slipped himself a little in the second half. Couldn't do anything with that one. That's the sign of a tired player. The ball over the boundary line for a throw in between wing and half forward for the Tigers.
Lee versus Coleman. Lee wins. Can't find a rover to take it away from the pack, though. Richmond's half forward line. About 19 minutes into the final term. Have a chance. They're down by 10 points. They now need the 2 goals. Lee at the back. But Fitzroy waiting for it. It's Jep on the half-forward line. Boots the ball down to Taylor. Taylor and Pert. Rovers need it. Egan's a chance. Handball is good to Rania. A wild kick by Nia. Jess! Yes! Jess! Struggled for form in his comeback game. It was strange, though, when he got a touch in the first quarter. He kicked a beautiful goal following it down. One of the goals of the day. He's kicked his second. He has. So that only 4 points in it now. It's the Tigers' turn to fight back. About 10 minutes of play, perhaps. Maybe not that, Clark. Maybe about 8 minutes of play. We just hit the 20-minute mark. That was his 7th kick.
Well, both sides are very tired, Jeff. And it'll be the survival of the fittest out here at the MCG. Richmond so dominant in that first half. Fitzroy by 4 points at the 21-minute mark of this final quarter as the kick comes out of the centre by Waitman. Here's Palm, Hinchin with him. Palm slips over, he's still got the ball. Hinchin claims him. Around the neck, says the umpire. Well, I thought Palm was a little lucky to get that one. But still, Richmond now have that free kick on the outer side of the ground. The kick's high, looking for the leading Taylor, but it's not a good one. Coleman comes out. The ball is wide for Pekin. Taylor picks it up. Handballs to Osborne. Across to Wilson. Nice tackle on Wilson by Jep. Coleman tries to kick it off the ground. Jep is still in there fighting. So too is Walsh. But the umpire's whistle has gone and there'll be a bounce. Approaching 22 minutes into this final quarter. And it's Fitzroy by 4 points. They hit the front for the first time in the match in the 16.5-minute mark of this final term. There's the bounce. It'll be Coleman. Oh, they're both tied. The ruckman there, Lee and Coleman. The kick out of the ruck comes down to Reeves, who gets one in the back with a beautiful hand pass to Osborne. Away goes Fitzroy. Wilson, a nice mark. He judged that beautifully. He can play on. Kicks wide for Conlon. Will Conlon steady? No, he loves to go for a run. Has a shot for goal, and he's put it through. And that could be the clincher for Fitzroy. And that's Mickey Conlon's second goal. He's kicked 2 goals for, and that was his 10th kick.
Oh, the odds were against him, Clark being able to kick that goal. The way he's been blazing away from shots, he certainly could have steadied and had the set shot, but he prefers to run away and do it the hard way, running back from goal, kicking with the left foot. 2 goals for. Fitzroy looking good now, looking much stronger. They lead by 10 points. Lee and Coleman clash in the centre bounce. Harris, the rover for Fitzroy, sockets it out of the centre. A nice pick up by Kevin Ablett. He's been a good player for them. Now to Jess. Laurie playing on Jess now, a bit quicker than Jess, but the ball favours Jess. He should handball it, he does. To Walsh, back to Jess. Getting all sorts of signals on the forward line. Kicked it to a pack of players. Oh, and a mark there by Waitman, the smallest on the field. Oh, a strong mark by the little rover over the other little rover in Harris. They're 10 points down. It's drifting into the forward pocket. Taylor knocked away by Pert, knocked through for a behind. 9 points in favour of the Lions.
Pert, superb game. Osborne. He's got to go for a bounce. Nice tackle by Taylor. Coming through strongly is Grimley, but he finds Francis. Francis nowhere to go. Tackle, he had plenty of time to get rid of it, says the umpire. And Clayton will get the free kick. It's marvellous what a little bit of confidence can do, Jeff, isn't it?
22.5-minute mark up now.
And this will be Clayton's 13th kick. He's got a 15 metres penalty, which will bring him nearly up to the centre. Doesn't take advantage of it. Kicks wide to side bottom. Oops, he missed it. Took his eyes off the football. Luckily, Harris was there over the top to Turner, who can go for a run. Kicks long. Quinlan is there. Off the hands it goes, and it'll trickle through for a behind. So it's up Fitzroy's end, and Fitzroy leading by 10 points as we approach time on. Just under 25 minutes gone, final quarter.
Well, old Straw and the fullback must be wondering what can happen at the other end of the ground for the Tigers after them leading all day till midway through this term. Man in front gets the mark. It's Stewart. Gets a call there from Ania. Been a good workhorse for the Tigers, this fella. A high one down to the half-forward line. Egan a bit short in that scrimmage. Reece Poole didn't have the ball by Landy, and Reed will take the free, okay. You want to get the ball moving quickly. 24-minute mark in this final term. His 7th kick. Been a useful man when he came on. Up towards Osborne. Gone past Osborne. Fitzroy with a running chance now, with Osborne getting quickly back into the scene. Geez, fit. Ania right with him, and they tap the ball out of play in Fitzroy's half-forward flank area.
Still 10 points the difference in Fitzroy's attacking area. On the other side that's leading, it's Lee, who's been tireless in the ruck. This time he's got to contend with Quinlan as Francis falls over. Kicked off the ground by Waitman, just wide of centre. Comes down to Coleman, who plays kick behind the game to Ruse, who ducks his head, tackled by Rioli. Comes down to Clayton. Clayton a bit slow. Palm will get to him. No, he gets the hand pass to Sidebottom. Sidebottom chips it in short. Francis is there from behind. Oh, line ball as Osborne is coming from the side, and Osborne, who was fractionally in front of Francis, has been paid the mark. He gets the lead from Laurie, decides to go back. 11th kick to Osborne. Play on, says the umpire. Osborne was dilly-dallying. Francis comes at him. The kick, though, smothered. 38 is Harris. Players are tired. Harris's kick over the boundary line on the full, and a free kick will go to Richmond, and it will be Jeff Ablett.
Entering the extra time period now. The scoreboard in the background there shows Fitzroy 91 to Richmond's 81. Fitzroy started the quarter 14 points down, and they didn't look as though they're going to win it. It's 24th kick for Ablett. Oh, it was Coles played a sterling game in the second half. Been there when he's needed it. Jep clears the Tigers out of trouble. Up the side bottom. Keeps your eye on it, Gary. Looking at a Ruse. Ruse fumbling and fiddling. But Clayton will help him out. Over to Pekin. Not Rees, rather. And then side bottom. Side bottom's on the half-forward line. That kick was touched. Landing in possession. Keeps the ball back in play. But it is out as the boundary umpire catches up with things. Fitzroy's half-forward line.
Just over 27 minutes gone, final term. Fitzroy leading by 10 points. Rendell in the ruck, but the ball comes out just wide of centre. Richmond going to give up as Egan runs into trouble, gets one around the neck. The hand pass comes out to Rioli, and Egan has been awarded the free kick. Time running out for the Tigers. The high kick. Taylor leading out like a racehorse, but plenty of Fitzroy defenders there. Superb game by Pert. Coming at the ball now is Roach. Hand pass over the top, though, finds Pekin. Across to Pert. Pert goes on a run. He's well down from full-back. What a superb game he's played. The kick onto the half-forward line. Stewart misses it. So too does Quinlan, but Stewart comes back. Gets the hand pass to Landy. Richmond out of attack. Walsh, number 16, misses it. So too does Turner. Chance for Loken. The battle is on between Loken and Ania. Coming into lend a hand is Turner. He gets pushed in the back from Stride, and will get the free kick. Now that was Walsh doing the pushing in the back, and Turner was put heavily into the ground. But he won't mind because Fitzroy 10 points in front. 28.5 minutes gone in this final term.
Been a 5-goal for Fitzroy to 1-goal Richmond quarter, and the Lions have played all over the Tigers in this final term. Landy couldn't get it. Laurie has it. Caught, but gets it back to side bottom. He's tackled strongly by Landy, and again, and he spins out of trouble, dead in front. And he's steered it through. Put a beautiful bend in that one, Gary. And and that's broken the Tigers' heart. It's his second goal, and his mates think that was okay. Well, that's it. 27.5 minutes into this final term, and look at the bend in that one.
The wayside bottom ran through that pack, a tired Richmond defence. 16 points in front, Fitzroy. And away they go again. Roos, who's been a superb player, over the top, comes down to Osborne. Now, Osborne has a shot for goal, and what's he done? He's put it through for a behind. So the difference now is 17 points, and there's the siren. A 17 points win to Fitzroy. Fitzroy 14-14 at 98. Richmond 11-15 at 81.
Last quarter charge by Fitzroy. The Lions kicked 6 goals 6 to 1-5 in converting a 14-point deficit at three-quarter time into a 17-point win. 4 goals to Quinlan and 3 to Laurie for the Lions. For Richmond, Jess and Taylor each kicked 2. At Princes Park, Hawthorn versus Melbourne, a match between the reigning premiers and the rapidly emerging glamour team of 1984. And many felt that the day of reckoning would at last arrive for Melbourne. The Demons had lost their first 5 for the season, but then turned it around by winning 6 of the next 7, including an unbroken sequence of 5 wins. The last time the Demons had achieved that was back in 1971, when they'd won 8 of their first 9. They hadn't beaten Hawthorn since 1973, so they really would have to change the course of recent history by beating the defending premiers. Well, typically, in a big game involving Barassi, some ducks and drakes before the match. David Cordner was named in the Melbourne 20. There were suggestions that he mightn't be fit. He ran onto the ground, but then left and ran up the players' race before the first bounce. Melbourne kicked against the wind in the first term and did well to hold Hawthorn, and in fact trailed by just 6 points at quarter time. Our action comes from the second term, and with me in commentary at Princes Park is David Grant.
Personalities in the crowd. Now Giles, who was a busy player at centre-half forward, replacing David Cordner in the first term, gets the handball going to Jarrett. Now the Demons on the attacking side. In towards centre-half forward they go. Chance again for Reynolds. Off hands. Williams. David Williams from 25 metres out. He may have gone a little too far right. He's really got to keep that ball pretty well left. Breeze will do the rest. So you could say a bad miss. He shouldn't have done that from 25 metres out. The difference 10 points. Hawthorn 4-2, Melbourne 2-4. 3 minutes into the second term.
Moore there. Hasn't really done well thus far. Byrne. And now a nice hand pass to Kennedy, who kicks beyond the centre line. Good battle, Brereton and Ick. Brereton wins this one nicely. But you don't win against Ick without a big fight. Kicks to half forward. Melbourne defence spoiling well. Johnson, Brereton came at him hard. But Melbourne move it well. Greg Healy, Jarrett, who's been a big possession winner. It could come undone here. It might have been a push. Good harassing though by the Hawks, and Judge comes away with it. Looks like he's lurking back in defence. So the Hawks think Melbourne have got the win. Dippia Domenico. Now Ick. Zantuck. Too much pace for his larger opponent. Towards Giles. Running onto the ball, Conley, Richards. Now Williams can have another go at them. Time to steady, and this time he doesn't miss. His second goal. Well played by Williams. And the Demons are back to within 4 points.
5 kicks for 2 goals is great percentage by the half-forward flanker, David Williams. And as pleased as punch, he goes back to his position by the square. 4 points the difference. 4-2 plays 3-4. That's 26 points to 22 with the Hawks in attack. In the lead. Now they are, in fact, going into attack through Russell Green, taking the hand pass from Robertson. Oh, Matthews anticipating, but Smith backed his judgment, knocked the ball to ground, and he gets knocked over and will take the free kick. Held when not in possession by Matthews, who is just a touch frustrated now. Smith takes the ball between centre-half back and the back pocket, down towards Giles. Knocked away from him, out towards Dippia Domenico, sidestepping beautifully as Alan Jarrett gets the ball in the direction of Richards. Williams now, hit smothered, and Langford drives back towards centre field, and Kennedy rising high takes a fine mark. not liked by the Melbourne supporters. It seemed pretty clear. Centre of the field, Hawthorn lead by 4 points, a 15-metre penalty.
Kennedy, a poor kick into the wind. Loveridge couldn't quite hold the mark. Di Domenico with brute strength. Ick. Ineffective kick. Kennedy. Ick, oh, a great smother. Still Kennedy on the ball, though. Where will they go? No pressure. Loveridge. Flying shot. Faded away at the last moment. Still in play. McCarthy looking for his third, but he doesn't try and kick. Judge, he won't mess around. Wobbles all over the place. Brereton. Well, there certainly is some turbulence out there. 2 shots that normally would have gone through and landed over the fence somehow found their way back into the field of play. But I'm sure this one will make the distance because he'll kick from 10 metres out. And he drives it through. The Hawks' 5th goal. And Hawthorn in front by 10 points.
That's 2 goals to 1, incidentally, in Hawthorn's favour. 6.5 minutes into this second quarter. It's very hard to tell just which way that wind is blowing. It's certainly swirling, as Tim pointed out. But we still believe it favours the end to which Melbourne is kicking in the second quarter. Moore to do battle with Byrne, with umpire Peter Cameron bouncing the ball. Tuck was, who took advantage of a low bounce. Healy looking for the hand pass to his brother Greg. That was Gerard firstly, and then throws the ball away to Tuck. It would have been a penalty. Tuck took possession, called on by the umpire, was a good decision. But Tuck's flying shot offline, and that got plenty of depth, that kick. It's hard to tell. The wind may be sheltered. They may be sheltered from the wind by the stands. So Smith to take the ball. The lead is 11 points. Hawthorn in attack.
Tuck's missed a couple of times with shots that he might have expected to go from. Moore, a little bit of jostling, but was legitimised by the umpire. Kicks long with the wind. Templeton up from behind. Giles fights on for it. It gives away a free kick, which goes to Eade at half-back. He's lined up on Flower and shaded him. 7 possessions to 5 in the first term. Kicks to the outer wing. Loveridge in front. Johnson should have gone for that, but I think thought it was going over his head when in fact it held up in the wind. Brereton in fact with the ball. Tried to play on and paid the penalty. Here's a chance. Williams. Great tackle. Richards. Back to Williams. Gets his kick this time and finds Templeton. Only 20 metres out from a 45-degree angle. He's kicked one and certainly should kick his second here. He missed from about 35 metres in the first term. Hawthorn in front by 11 points. Templeton brings it back to 5. His second goal. And the Demons right in this contest at the 9-minute mark of the second term.
There's Templeton 2 and Williams 2 for the Demons. And the best for Hawthorn is McCarthy with 2 goals. Brereton limping a little. Seems to bounce back pretty well. At the 9-minute mark of this second term, the lead 5 points in favour of Hawthorn. Byrne in the centre against Moore. Again, a poor bounce by the umpire. Favoured the Hawthorn big man. Brereton handballs back towards the defensive zones, looking for Loveridge. He can't handle it. Onto it goes Bailey. Soccer tactics. Down goes Ayres. Pushed by Templeton, and the Hawthorn stand-in fullback takes the free kick.
Templeton looking for the little nudge in the side, but got him in the back. Looks for Robertson, does Ayres. Di Domenico there too. Wants to hand pass, but eventually goes the long boomer. Moore comes from behind. Matthews. Dispossessed. I think he's only had 1 kick. Robertson goes backwards. Matthews gets his second kick. To centre half forward. Jarrett should have lunged at that. waited for it to come to his chest. Green, Judge under the ball, but it held up in the wind. Now Judge has got it. Besieged by the Melbourne defence. And umpire Nash's indication is that the ball was held to him. Therefore, there'll be no penalty. It will be a ball up 20 metres out from Hawthorn's goal.
And it's dead in front too. Danger here for the Demon defence. Let's see how they cover up. Moore gets the initial tap away. Judge scouting beautifully onto that dangerous right boot of his. Swings it back in towards goal. Just missed the goal post and bounced the other side. Didn't get many kicks against Essendon last week, but always dangerous with those kicks. That's 7 for him so far. Smith to kick off. 6 points the difference. 5-4 to 4-4 in favour of Hawthorn.
Down the middle with the wind. Kennedy roving the front of the pack was good, waiting for the spoils. And they came. Johnson did it well against Dippy Domenico. More aggressive than his opponent, who normally is about the most aggressive in the business. Solo effort from Johnson. Towards Tossell. Oh, he was the meat in the sandwich, but Williams has got it for his third. Yes, just as well. He had a teammate in Templeton standing unattended in the goal square. And Williams has 3 goals. Melbourne level the scores at the 11.5-minute mark.
And wasn't that courageous play by the player in the screen just a moment ago? 21 Tossell. Peter Tossell, sandwiched between 2 Hawthorn players. Courage. So now the scores are tied. At the 12-minute mark of this second term, 5 goals, 4 apiece. Umpire Nash bounces the ball. Moore gets the distinctive knock away. Steamrolling the ball forward to the Demons. Richards tries to break through a paddock full. He's done it. Will he convert now from 25 metres? No, he goes for the hand pass. Templeton over the shoulder. It's going across towards the defensive pocket, but into the goal square. And the mark is taken and paid. Peter Schwab. Well, gee, that was strength by Richards. Unfortunately, just couldn't quite convert his work. 15-metre penalty takes Schwab to centre half-back.
Jarrett up with the spoil. Johnson. Tossell in front. Spoiled by Schwab. Schwab eventually gets a free kick. Play goes on. Advantage paid, and it turned into disadvantage very quickly. Richards again. He is a strong man. Jared Healy. Templeton. All flowers in the goal square, all on his own, but Templeton daren't squander the possession of the ball so close to goal. It's one of those difficult decisions. He's taken 4 marks, he's kicked 2 goals, and he can put the Demons in front. Sure, he'll do that. He's put them a goal in front. At the 13-minute mark, Melbourne hitting the front and doing it well with the wind in the second term.
4 goals to 2 they've added so far in this second quarter, and it's now 13.5 minutes old. Umpire Peter Cameron with the ball centre field, with the Demons holding a 6-point advantage. Great effort by them, big match for them. Rotten keeps possession of the ball with absolute blistering pace, besieged by 3 Melbourne players. Scrambling football on centre wing, Loveridge. Down goes Williams. Not seen by the umpire, or at least if it was seen, it was allowed to go. Loveridge up towards full forward, looking for Byrne. Off hands, Tuck now. Tuck swings it back. Great goal. What a beauty. Ruckwagon at its very best. Nice to see Richard Loveridge in the thick of things for the Hawks in his comeback match for the season after a bad injury. So the scores are now tied after 14.5 minutes at 6 goals, 4 apiece, and the first goal for the day for Michael Tuck.
It is a contest. There were those who expected it might be a boil over. Jarrett, perhaps best afield. Out comes Templeton. The runner caught under that. For the Scouts, Conley onto it. Squirts the hand pass to Moore. Second bad fumble. And there's that runner in the way again. Moore again. Brought to a Polkinghorn. Kennedy breaks the Johnson tackle. Good hand pass to Polkinghorn. And the awkward one from the centre line puts the Hawks into attack. Matthews and Smith again, the big fist, the great big hand. Judge had to kick in a hurry. Melbourne's pressure has been good, and Ick takes the mark. One of the best of the pressurisers in the business.
He's at half-back on the outer side of the ground, directs it down towards Giles at centre field. Mew backing his judgment. He's been outclassed by Giles so far. McCarthy gets the hand pass to Dippier, who loses possession when tackled. Giles paddles it on beautifully to Bailey. And now to Greg Healy. Healy from centre field towards centre half forward. The position Giles left, and the Melbourne team was left a little unmanned. Schwab gets the hand pass to Langford. Langford back towards his half-forward line. Looking over there for Dippier Domenico, who really is having a bit of an off day. He's been in scintillating form recently, and he's asking himself just why. 40 points apiece. Hawks slightly into attack at the 16-minute mark of the second term.
The back of the pack, Williams, who's kicked 3 goals. But he and Templeton have kicked Melbourne 6. Gerard Healy now, just forward of the wing. Lead from Templeton out towards centre half forward. That's where he goes. Templeton and Jarrett have a little raffle, and Templeton wins. He's a long way out. A little call in close from Conley, but his kicking confidence is there now. If he could boot this, it would be the longest goal he's kicked for a long time, I think. Goes the torpedo, and it's a bad one. Conley! Tremendous mark. A lot of courage into the face of the pack. Certainly this one very kickable. He'll boot it from about 30 metres out directly in front. Left footer, normally a very neat kick of the ball. Scores level. By 6, those major uprights. Melbourne's 7th goal. Conley's first, and the Demons leading by 6 points.
Hawthorn with a problem at full-back. Gary Ayres probably not used to coping with a leading player, such as the full forward Templeton. There's the wind, still coming strongly now from the north. 6 points the difference. Melbourne in attack. Scoreboard shows 7-4 to 6-4. They have the use of the breeze, which is now directly from the north. Schwab sends the Hawks forward. Matthews from in front. Smith behind. Gets it down. Oh, in goes Yates. There's Ick, who's playing a grand game at centre half back. On to Connolly again, and the Demons come forward. Now Gerard Healy, his 9th kick towards the half-forward flank. Richards quick to play on. He has Tossell in support. Richards from about 50 metres out swings it back, looking in the direction there of Temple, and the ball falls short in towards Bailey. Bailey's flying shot for goal. Bounces just behind. Oh, exciting football by Melbourne. Richards on since quarter time has been a prime mover for them on the half-forward flank. They're in front by 7 points.
Good long kick from Ayres. One out duel between the nines. That might cross the line. No, Johnson was a bit quick for Dippier Domenico. Williams was shone on that flank. Had them beaten and then lost it. And now a ball up. Melbourne's attacking side of the wing. Demons in front by 7 points. McCarthy's done well against Moore. He wins a free kick here. And the Hawks noticeably have run both ruckmen against Moore in spurts, perhaps to try and wear the Melbourne star down. And they've both done very well, Byrne and McCarthy. On to Robertson, who kicks well to half forward. Reynolds out in front, though. Too nifty for Byrne.
Yes, he was out positioned too and showed a lot of speed to gain the advantage. Gerard Healy into double figures kicks-wise. It's his 10th. Looks for Flower, who's been pretty quiet. Took a nasty knock in the first term. Got the ball slightly towards half-forward from centre. Over to Templeton. Beyond him, now Greg Healy has Giles there. Not a good bounce for Greg Healy. It's bouncing towards goal, but again just goes behind. Demons look very exciting when they get into their attacking zone. 8 points their advantage now, 7-6 to 6-4. Gary Ayres with his hands full at fullback.
20 minutes gone. Still time for Melbourne to use the scoring end and make a break. Johnson brilliant. He kicked a couple last week. Oh, he's a brilliant player. And Melbourne now making that break, leading by 14 points.
Alan Johnson, 4 kicks only, but what he has done, he's done really with style, and 3 hand passes as well. Templeton a focal point in attack for the Demons. Great stuff. ...20-minute mark of this second term. The Demons 14 points in front against competition leaders Hawthorn. Schwab, short kick to Dermot Brereton, coming well down from centre-half back, so centre-half forward at least, and Stephen Nick letting him go for one of the few times in the match so far. Yes, great mark, Reynolds. Reynolds doing well now on Byrne. Shorter man getting centimetres away, looking for Moore. Moore slow to get rid of the ball today for some reason. Reynolds butters up and comes down again. No, it wasn't, it was Connolly. Out wide, good play to Tossell. Tossell over towards Giles. Giles will mark in front of Mew, and he's leading that player a merry dance.
Excellent play then by Tossell too. Controlled the ball beautifully, saw Giles and deliberated before passing with the left boot.
So Giles fancies that he can make the distance here. No one in the goal square. They'll float across now as the kick is positioned out towards Templeton, who's taken from him by Ayres, and Ayres the mark. And a 15-metre penalty as well. Templeton being called back, but Ayres elects not to take advantage of it. Plays on quickly to Robertson, and Robertson out of flank, half-back flank on the outer side. 14 points, the margin in favour of the Demons. Kick from Robertson, falling a little short, and Smith, following Matthews well downfield, marks. Hand pass to Zantuck. Beautiful raking kick. Templeton in great position to mark. He's done it. No, play on, calls umpire Nash. Templeton can't believe it. The Demon fans go wild.
I think he might be saying he should have got a free kick.
And the bounce with a lot of players around it. Templeton most unhappy. The ball 20 metres out from the Melbourne goal.
22 and a half minutes gone. Templeton tries to make up for it, but Morris knocks it back. Dippia, Domenico and Johnson. Keen contest out there. Nothing coming of it this time, so a throw in as the booing starts again. Demons anxious to really make something of this break that they've got. 23 minutes gone, they've got the wind and they're 14 points in front. They'd love another goal or two. Dippia, Domenico. Melbourne surging forward relentlessly. Jarrett. Smith. Up ground again. Flowers there, using the body and marking. Morris claims it's his. He must be in a different game. Certainly from this view, it looked like Flower. Metres out, directly in front. The impeccable one. Proves that he is peccable after all. Melbourne in front by 15 points.
Bobby Flower, fairly quiet today so far. Had the chance to really extend that lead for the Demons. They've kicked 6 goals to 2 in this third term with the breeze. 23 minutes gone. Half forward they are again. Yates, he's the back pocket line on half forward flank. Templeton from behind. Would he have first purchase on? I don't think so. Umpire Nash doesn't think so. And there'll be a bounce.
Will he get up angry again?
Don't think so. Umpire Nash saw it. 15 metres out. Langford coming off the ground for the Hawks. Replacement called for. Here's Williams looking for goal number 4. He's done it. Out of that exchange, David Williams.
And a clean knock from Templeton was fine work. He's contested well in the rucking battles close to the Melbourne goal. And that one set Williams up beautifully.
You notice Curran coming on the field. Langford off. Curran going to half forward.
Four goals to Williams, a 21-point lead to Melbourne late in the second term. Now Hawthorn into attack. Gerard Healy, been a fine player, overran it but got it back. Yates has done well in defence. Drives the Demons into attack. Giles has contested well against Mew. Bailey, the Beetle. Giles. long flyer, but Schwab back in the way. He and Conley have drifted down a long way from the centre to often be in that part of the ground. Finds Loveridge. Dippier Domenico. Shocking kick. And Matthews has been outpointed by Smith. Melbourne have really, man for man, looked a lot better, and they deserve their 21-point lead.
Templeton, some treatment. 25.5 minutes gone in this second term. More. Brereton there on the bottom of the pack. And no penalty applied. So 7 goals to 3 in this quarter in Melbourne's favour. Templeton limping. Moore gets the tap nicely, but Brereton sharks it. Out comes Yates, cool as a cucumber now, playing very well in defence. Richard may have been impeded. Giles, who's been a real winner at centre-half forward for the D's. Flower, Giles again, dummied the hand pass and then lost possession. Dippier Domenico, quickly tackled by Johnson. Frustrated kick, and it falls into the hands of Greg Healy. Healy right on centre wing. Demons anxious to convert again. 21 points to the margin into the time-on zone. And David Williams, if Melbourne do have a player that's above the rest, it might be Williams. He has 4 goals. Templeton. 3 opponents. And he was the meat in the sandwich and quite clearly outmarked the pack. And he's only 30 metres out. Beautiful directional kicking by Melbourne in this term has certainly helped their cause. They've come, for the most part, down this member's flank. Templeton with 6 marks. Looking for goal number 4. And I believe he's done it from here. He has. And what a break the Demons have established now. 4 goals apiece to David Williams and Templeton. They've got winners all over their forward line. They lead 10-7-67 to 6-4-40. The 27-minute mark of the second quarter.
8 goals to 3 in this decisive second term. And what a player Kelvin Templeton is turning out to be this year. Big break to Melbourne. In goes Flower strongly, sets it up for Greg Healy, and then Gerard to half forward. Giles and Mew. Giles paddles it to the back. In fact, it wasn't. It was Richards. Giles has got it now. Centres, very high though. Oh, Bailey crashed as he stood under it. Doesn't get it free, and the crowd don't like it. Neither does Bailey. As Hawthorn work it out to the wing, play still goes on. As that looks as if it might fizz. Richards, he could kick it from there. Loves these running shots. Didn't like that so much though. Melbourne by 28 points. And they're running riot at the moment.
A bad decision by the umpires. If we can pick one out for the day, it was a shocker. Bailey right under that ball and should have been freed. Now Tuck comes away with the ball from defence. He'll have to lift his game. So too will Matthews, who's been relatively unsighted. X playing a grand game on Brereton. It's a fine battle, but he's taking the points. And at the other key forward post, Giles is outpointing Mew.
What a great bit of play by Ick. He couldn't get a kick, so he handballed it 25 metres towards the line. It was deliberately out of bounds, but the umpire couldn't really pay it. Green, hardly been sighted. Moore scoops it backwards. Zantuck kicked it forward. Curran beats the pack. Yates, good worker. Now Loveridge. Was that a throw? Yes, it was deemed to be. Good decision by umpire Nash, and I think umpire Cameron it is, and more of those I think should be paid, because too often players aren't really hitting the ball off the hand. They're getting all the distance on the ball from the bottom hand. This time Giles is penalised by umpire Nash, and Mew, who's been well beaten for one of the few times this year, takes the free kick.
Yes, Giles stumbled into Mew. He really didn't try to impede him. He just lost his footing and rammed into the back of the Hawthorn centre half back. Smith on the bottom of the pack as Hawthorn try to get the ball forward through Loveridge. Curran is there, knocked forward by Byrne. Now it goes to McCarthy, and McCarthy lines up, keeps it low, fine shot for goal. That's his 3rd goal. Big McCarthy has been a fine player up forward, and certainly doing his work in the ruck as well. And a little bit of trouble there perhaps with a foot. Yes, certainly, but 3 goals And just a little bit of a breather for Hawthorn. They need more work, of course, but 22 points now the advantage in Melbourne's favour. What a grand quarter.
The Demons kicked 8 goals 7 to 4-2 in the second quarter, in coming from 6 points down at the first change to be 23 points in front at half-time, and try as they might, the Hawks never seriously threatened that 4-goal advantage to Melbourne. For the winners, 4 goals each kicked by Williams and Templeton, 2 each to Tossell and Richards, and for Hawthorn, McCarthy kicked 5 and Tuck kicked 3 goals. So 6 wins on the trot to Melbourne, the Demons' best winning sequence since way back in the Norm Smith days in 1965. They must now be taken very seriously as a challenger for this year's flag, and they're in the 5. Moving on to results of other matches played yesterday, and at Victoria Park, Essendon overcame Collingwood's challenge. The Magpies led by 7 points at half-time, but Essendon got right on top in the last quarter when the Dons kicked 6 goals to 1. 34 points the final margin. Danaher kicked 5 and Williams 4 for the winners. Salmon kicked 3, and he looks like being out of action for 10 weeks with a damaged lateral knee ligament. For Collingwood, Mark Williams kicked 4 goals. Footscray got away from North Melbourne in the last quarter. Footscray kicked 5 goals to none in the first term, and yet by three-quarter time the Roos were 4 points in front. But then Footscray kicked the only 3 goals in the last quarter at VFL Park. Beasley kicked 4, Williams and Rod McPherson 2 each for the Dogs, and for North, Hodgman kicked 2. Down at Cardinia Park, Carlton had a comfortable victory over a very disappointing Geelong, who managed only 4 goals for the day. The Cats led by a point at quarter time, but Carlton took over, kicking 8 goals to 2 after that. Madden 3 goals for the Blues, 2 each to Johnston, Hunter and Ashman, and for the Cats, Jackson kicked half of their goal tally. So the ladder, at the completion of Saturday's matches in round 13, Essendon back on top on percentage from Hawthorn, Carlton outright third, Melbourne moving up to 4th, and the Demons look threatening with that very good percentage. Collingwood in the 5 on percentage, Richmond sliding out, Footscray still well within striking distance out on percentage, but the Bulldogs' percentage is a very poor one. Then Geelong 24, the Swans could move up to 28 with that group of teams on that figure. There are 4 of them at the moment if they can beat St Kilda this afternoon. Fitzroy 20, not without a chance, and North Melbourne and St Kilda on 8. The goal-kicking table, and Paul Salmon kicked 3 for 63, but his chances of kicking a century are virtually gone with that bad knee injury. Brian Taylor 2 for 56, Quinlan 4 for 54.
Well, the Demons sprang the first surprise at Princes Park.
What a lot of rot.
Bob Skilton probably summed it up when he said, what a lot of rot. David Cordner having a bit of a run, then straight through the race. Let's get down to the action. A second quarter, 8-goal burst. Williams starting off proceedings. Tossell in a sandwich, but again, Williams has the opportunity.
Brings up his third. Will come on.
Templeton taps it cleverly over the back, and Williams takes his 4th.
Goal number 4. 4 goals for David Williams.
It is
Dropped behind.
Third quarter,
flat on his back and not moving.
Smith down,
Now
but
we
not
have
sighted.
to return back.
Bad luck, Steve.
No matter what happens, it's a tragedy.
Back to the action. Here Tossell turns one over the shoulder, and a good goal.
Up comes Templeton.
Templeton down to Richards.
Couldn't take it, but he's got the man waiting down in Richards. Goal! How's that for a quick reply?
Michael Tuck here plays a lone hand.
Hawthorn. Tuck burst through. Great play by Michael Tuck. One bounce, and now he puts the ball long up towards McCarthy. He'll shepherd it through. A great goal to Michael Tuck.
And how should every coach dress?
Pictorial splendour in the form of Ronald Dale Barassi with the matching bow tie and pocket handkerchief.
Well, back onto the field. Dixon, being used very effectively as an interchange player.
Gives it across to Templeton. In fact,
Here's Templeton again, combining with Richards.
Richards. Now he gets away. He steadies. He shoots. And well done, Richards. You've put a nail in the Hawthorn box.
Well, there was action aplenty down at Cardinia Park. Out of all this lot, Scratch O'Neill went out of the game.
Yes, and I think too he might be getting his number taken. He went into
someone else is down there. Johnston's down, and they're in there punching. He's been flattened completely. He's absolutely unconscious, I think.
And bear in mind, there was not one report in yesterday's round. But let's get back to the action. The day belonged to this man, Rod Ashman. 30 kicks, 6 marks, 7 hand passes.
Ashman again picks up. He's got his own football.
Hurry kick to Ashman. Here he is again, Ashman.
The combination here with Johnston, Meldrum, and again Ashman.
Meldrum, beautifully done, Paul Meldrum. A lovely hand pass to Ashman. Will he get the bounce? Now he does. Easy as you like, and he puts it through for a goal. But that's a goal. You can mark that one down to Meldrum because it was his great play.
Well, the Tigers had a very effective start against Fitzroy. First of all, it was Anir, and then it was Michael Roach. But the Fitzroy defence played some outstanding football. Look at this desperation. Firstly by Richard Osborne, and then by Gary Pert. Held, but soccer style, keeps the ball out. Bit of muscle in the game with Egan and Wilson. Clayton and Rioli. Watch this next one. Waitman and Thornton. Now watch carefully. No report. Bernie Quinlan, the key forward for the Lions, on target again. And Fitzroy have certainly lifted since the return of Matt Rendell, and this man, Gary Sidebottom, 3 bounces down the half-forward flank and shooting truly into goal. The Footscray in North Melbourne. Beasley meets Gregg, Gregg meets Brown. Down goes the champion. Bad luck. And the dual Brownlow medalist carried from the ground. No doubt he'll be up to fight another day. Here's Holt combining with Smith, then back again to Holt. Not a big crowd there, but they enjoyed the game. Now it's the Dogs' turn as Edmund gets it across to McPherson. Look at him tuck the ball under the arm, and away he goes towards goal. Beasley this time, and it's Edmund off the pack. Look at the way he gets through these two. Now to the game at Victoria Park. First goal of the game, and it was Paul Salmon.
That's the first goal. The match going to the Bombers.
Salmon over the top, and here's a young man who had a great day, Darren Williams. One of his goals. The Nagys are off target. Look at this handball from Banks. He's got Williams in the square.
He could have had a kick and goal, and he's put it through for a point with a hand pass.
Well, back to Salmon. Onto the right foot.
Williams goes for a pass up towards Salmon.
Great mark by Salmon, and here's goal number 63 coming up for the season.
Paul Salmon going for goal number 3. To make the difference, 14 points. He's only 35 metres out from goal.
And now the end, is it, of a 100-goal dream? Well, we should know that tomorrow after that report from Stephen Phillips. But there is the incident that has placed the career this season anyway of young Paul Salmon in some doubt. Disappointing to finish on. Right, let's have a look at now some of the marks yesterday. First up, Russell Morris.
Taken at centre-half back for Hawthorn by Russell Morris. It's headed for
now down to Kelvin Templeton.
Williams.
John Kennedy.
Length and a lovely mark over the top.
Still at Princes Park, Chris Connolly.
Connolly to the half-forward line.
His teammate Mike Reynolds.
And they're not, and that's why you're seeing marks like that.
And long.
Peter Tossell of Melbourne.
Beautiful mark. Looks like Tossell. What a mark.
Peter Dean now of Carlton.
And he found one in Peter Dean. That was a good mark.
And again, Peter Dean.
There's a big mark, a lovely mark by Dean.
And let's make it 3 in a row for Peter Dean.
The game and a beautiful mark. Is that Peter Dean again?
Now Jeff Rains of Collingwood.
The position of the back is Rains. Which one has come down with the ball?
The teammate Murray Brown.
The 4 o'clock, and there's a great mark to Brown.
Flying Dutchman, Paul van der
Kick is
Haar.
high. Allen got bundled out of the road. It's a markers at the Essendon down there to who's got it?
The centre half.
Still with the Bombers, Frank Donnell.
Oh, there's a great mark to Donnell. That's the second towards the centre half.
Van der Haar again.
Van der Haar is the flyer and marks. Oh, what a grab.
He's paying
And
it.
the umpire has paid the mark.
To Richmond now, Morris Rioli. Philip Walsh. And completing the marks, Donald McDonald. Heading up our panel is Bob Davis.
Well, Sam, to you first.
Yes.
What did you feel of all those?
Chris Conley made a nice attempt, or in fact made a nice mark for Melbourne. Peter Tossell, a beautiful mark. Peter Dean for consistency, took 3 great marks here. And that last one, who was that last one? Donald McDonald from North Melbourne. But if I had to pick one, Bob,
Yes.
I would pick Peter Tossell.
Oh, well, very good. Now, what about you,
Well,
Jack?
I fully agree with you.
Thank you very much,
would,
John.
Well,
because
what
he's-
ones have you written
I
down?
read Tossell first,
Yes.
and I put Donnell second,
Yes.
and McDonald third, Donald and McDonald third. Now, because of one thing that Tossell, because he took a mark that I don't think he'll ever take again. It was a
He's
brilliant
already
mark.
taken it,
Yeah,
Jack.
he's taken that one, yes.
But it was
Won't happen
strong,
again.
Jack.
Oh, it was a ripper.
What do you think about
everyone-
Rioli,
No
though?
one knew him, you see.
What
when he
about
took the mark.
Rioli?
Rioli was a good one, yeah, but I don't like acrobatic marks much. But Donald McDonald was a good one.
What about Peter Dean, the
There's
young new
there's
fellow?
too much luck.
Well, look, these are
with
his
them,
opinions.
that's
What
right.
about your opinions?
Well, I thought that undoubtedly Peter Tossell came out and really showed what marking is all about. I thought it was a fantastic mark, and we'll see it again in replay. Because
Snaps towards goal. A beautiful goal. Michael Tuck. Take it.
And here's Tuck again.
Tuck Hawthorn. Tuck burst through. Great play by Michael Tuck. One bounce, and now he puts the ball long up towards McCarthy. He'll shepherd it through. A great goal to Michael Tuck.
Now down at Cardinia Park, Michael Turner.
The goal square. Have to be a great kick to score. English dropping back. It is a great kick. That's a goal. Kicked by Turner.
His teammate, Mark Jackson, number 25.
Jackson has a shot toward goal. It's a goal for mine. Yes, it's his second goal.
Richmond's John Annear. Sailing over the top. Up against them yesterday with Fitzroy. Here's key forward Bernie Quinlan. Always very accurate in the pocket. Now, Jeff Ablett, tucked on the boundary line, bends it back, a beautiful goal. His teammate, Gary Sidebottom. 3 bounces, through half forward, steadies, and a deliberate shot is successful. To Footscray now, and Ian Williams for the Dogs. Long onto the left foot, over the top of Beasley. He watches it sail through. For North Melbourne, John Holt. Good individual effort. He receives here, gets the handball away, then runs down to receive it once again. Has time to steady on that left foot and stab it through. And completing the goals yesterday, we also have Kevin Bryant of North Melbourne, reading it well off the pack, has the pace to get away and then just hooks it back for a goal. Heading our panel is Bob Davis again.
righto now, 973, whatever it was. How many?
No, 800 and something.
800 and something, right?
Well, it was interesting to see Michael Turner's goal there, because I was talking to Leo Turner yesterday. He said that you weren't such a great drop kick. You used to grub a lot. Is that true, Bob?
I think I grabbed 3, and Leo grabbed 2. He's a marvel, Leo Turner.
Well, getting back to those goals here, I thought that Annear's goal was good. Quinlan, no doubt about Bernie, a champion player. But I thought definitely the best goal of that group was Michael Tuck.
What do you think?
The second one. I thought the second goal of Tuck's Geelong, Michael Turner kicked a nice goal on the run, and Jeff Ablett for Richmond. If I was going to give a goal of the day, I'd give it to that for that banana kick.
Well, you were both absolutely correct, because the goal of the day came from Michael Tuck, and it was really a magnificent effort. It almost got Hawthorn back into the game, and of course that goal of Michael Tuck's put him in for the goal of the year for the 5,000 award from Midas Mufflers. And here we see Michael now crashing through the pack, keeping control of the ball, a nice bit of balance, got a breakthrough away from Icky.
Football highlights. Into the